tell us a bit about GST 2017 versus GST 2025, just to lay the ground, how slabs have been deferred and how government has tried to make it easy for the end consumers.
Uh, See, before talking about GST 2.0, which is which
Hmm.
the new reforms are being called as, we need to take the holistic picture of what has happened and how it all took place. See, as you must be remembering, in 2017, GST was passed and GST came into existence, and it was considered as one of the biggest reforms in the terms of Indian economy, and it was much celebrated. So this was passed at the midnight, somewhat like when we got our independence and something like that, with much fanfare. So because it actually wanted to simplify the economy, it wanted to make India more competitive globally. It wanted our exporters, it wanted our businesses, it wanted our consumers to gain from it. And the core idea was that instead of having so many taxes in so many states, we should have streamline of taxation so that customer knows what he's paying, the production producers knows what they are paying, and the governments also have an advantage that they get good tax collection. So that is how uh, GST came into existence. And also it is interesting to note, which I would like to point out, that this was something that got a very rare consensus. I mean, the GST, the passing of GST also is not just an economic landmark, but also a political landmark because it reflects the maturity of Indian democracy, because it was supported by almost all the parties and they had some queries but or some issues, but it was eventually resolved. And the critical element of it was GST Council. You see, in GST Council, there is a system that they have participation of all the states. I mean, the finance ministers of all the states are member of it, and the honorable finance minister, union finance minister, is also member. And interestingly, it is the council is based on the idea of consensus. And you see, you have a union having one third of power, while the states have two-thirds of power. So it also reflects the federal nature of this GS entire GST system. And in that element, because it was believed that certain states are not industrial states, while they are consumers, and certain states are actually industrial states, so they produce more, so they will be at loss. So therefore, a system of compensation was introduced because it was believed that because of this kind of taxation, the producer states may have to face some kind of losses. So, in order to compensate that, the GST Council also had provision of compensation. So, which was to be given to them till 2022. But because of COVID, what happened is that the economy is got seriously dented for all over the world, including India. So this compensation was continued, and this is now they I think they are giving a sunset clause to this compensation. So this was the brief background that I wanted you to have in mind before we talk about GST 2.0. Now, uh, initially this GST had four steps because GST, I mean goods and services taxes. I also wanted to put this abbreviation. Uh, so there's a 5%, 12%, 18%, 28%. So although at that time it was considered as a good reform and it was a good I mean base for our economy and for our products and services. Uh, but over a period of time, and after so many experiments, after so much of study over it, it was realized that uh, these four slab GST has lived up to its mandate. And if you see everything in this world, if it has come, so there may be expiry date of everything. For humans also, for policies also, a policy cannot go unabated for till eternity. So it always requires some kind of reform and some kind of review. So precisely this is what the government of India under leadership of Prime Minister Modi, I mean, they were continuously what you say reform, trying to reform it and continuously trying to understand that where are the problems. If these are there problems of compliance? Are there problems faced by our exporters? Are there problems faced by customers? Or the governments. So in order to make GST more compliant friendly, in order to make GST more people friendly, so now they have decided that GST 2.0 under GST 2.0, they have slashed the slabs of 12% and 28%, and instead they have come up with one base slab of 5% and other slab of 18%. And of course, they have now introduced this non-merit slab, which is known as thin good slab of
Yes.
40%. So the
Yes.
idea is to make it more simplified, more
Mhm.
compliant friendly, and to the core idea is to reduce inflation. So because
Mhm.
it is widely believed that because of these simplification and because of these many things have now been put under 5% slabs or 18% slabs. So this will obviously cause a good impact in the market, and the prices of the goods and services may come down. So this is the entire idea of GST in a very simplified way. Of course, there are many nuances to it.
Yes. Yes. Yes, absolutely.